You guys ready?
Yeah.
Alright, here we go. Just give me a clap in front of your face. Perfect.
Okay, Sarah, I'm going to start with you. Tell us briefly about yourself.
I am 32 years old. I've lived in Arkansas since 2005. No, 2003. Yeah, 2003. I graduated from the U of A Fayetteville with a degree in psychology.
Okay, now Christy, you want to give us a brief description of yourself?
I've lived in Arkansas my whole life. I was born and raised here in Conway. Went to the University of Central Arkansas and graduated in 2000 with an accounting degree. We have 2 daughters and 2 dogs, and
What are your daughter's names?
Jaylee is our 12-year-old and Julian is our 2-year-old.
Okay.
When he asks you guys a question, try to when you answer the question, try to add whatever he asked. Does that make sense? Like rephrase it.
Oh, okay.
You did fine. You haven't done it yet, but
Okay.
so I don't have to.
Christy, how did you guys meet?
We met in, what year did we meet? 2001. We had mutual friends. She lived in Oklahoma at the time, and I lived here in Conway. And I went up to visit some friends in Northwest Arkansas, or actually was in Oklahoma. Yeah. Can we start over?
Yeah.
I think it's really.
You want to start over?
You know what's really cute is they look to each other for answers. I love it. It's like, help me out here.
With the first guys that we've did this video with, Tim and Neil, Neil would finish Tim's sentences for him.
Or say the same thing at the exact same time. I shut up.
So that's totally fine if you do that. Just be natural.
Why did you just start over? Would you mess up?
Because I said Northwest Arkansas, and I said no, Oklahoma.
Oh no, you're fine.
Okay, so let's recap.
And I can always cut things out, so if you want to start over, you're welcome to.
I don't mean start the whole thing.
Right, just in that question.
Right.
So I'm going to ask you again,
Okay.
how did you guys meet?
Okay. We met in 2001. We met through mutual friends. Sarah lived in Oklahoma at the time, and I lived here in Conway. And I went up to visit friends in Oklahoma, and we became friends then. And have been friends ever since.
Sarah, how long have you been together?
You would have to ask me that one. No, we started dating in January of 2008, and we've been together since March of 2008.
Okay, let's see. What is your favorite thing to do on the weekends?
Our lives revolve around our kids, so we ride bikes, we go to the park, anything to entertain them really. It's a lot of energy to keep inside the small house.
And it's a lot easier to do things in the months like this, in fall or spring when it's nice outside. During the winter, I don't know what we're going to do. We have to stay inside a lot, and our 2-year-old is
Quite rambunctious.
she's on the go constantly. So,
Let's see. What is the largest legal obstacle you have faced as a couple?
Right now, yeah. Right now, we're paying $260 extra to cover our youngest daughter on insurance because my employer will not cover her because she's not technically, legally my child.
she's my biological child, so I carry her on my insurance,
Right.
Which my company doesn't pay for that. So,
We have to do a second parent adoption in order for my name to be on her birth certificate so that she can be considered my child legally and be covered on our insurance. And it's not just insurance. We have, if something were to happen to them and they were in the hospital, I wouldn't be able to make decisions for them if she wasn't able to make decisions. And the same for her. She wouldn't be able to make decisions for Jaylee and I. And that's a really big deal to us.
And you guys are legally married, correct?
we are legally married. We got married in Massachusetts in March of 2012. I'm looking at you to verify this.
Is that right? Is that okay. Let's see. How did you guys feel when the Defense of Marriage Act was abolished on the federal level?
It was exciting.
It was definitely exciting. It's one step towards the right direction. It's great for the people there, and
Yeah.
we knew eventually it was going to trickle down to us. We just
And
hoped
there's
that it happened
still,
soon.
there's a long way to go still, obviously, but at least it's, it's progression.
Do y'all are y'all gonna try to file taxes married now?
We've talked about it, and most likely we may have to get her on my insurance, because that's another legal document that will, if I claim her as a dependent, then I can get her on my insurance. I think we haven't gone and talked to anybody yet about our taxes. Obviously, whatever's going to benefit us the most, but most likely, yes, we'll file married.
So y'all have thought about it?
Yes.
Okay. That's really all the questions I had, Justin, unless you
Why don't you just kind of talk about your decision to go to Massachusetts to get married, since that was an option and you weren't able to in Arkansas, but you guys live here.
Okay.
So this is where your home is, even though it's not recognized, I guess.
We took a really long trip. We drove with
Our best friend.
our best friends
And
and
their
their child and our 2 kids all the way to Massachusetts. It was a 24-hour drive with all those people. And
In one vehicle.
yeah, we never planned on getting married out of state, but we didn't have any other options, and so we chose the prettiest place we could find and went to Massachusetts. We weren't able to obviously have all of our family and friends there like we would have if we were here in Arkansas, but we made the best of the situation, and
Is that a refrigerator?
yes.
Does it last very long?
Sometimes.
I can go kick it.
That's all I hear.
That just reminds me of Paranormal Activity because we watched that. We
I
knew
have
exactly.
to unplug.
All right, Sarah, go ahead and give me another clap. All right.
Start over from that.
Wherever you want to pick up.
I have no idea where I left off.
About marrying in Arkansas. You would have married in Arkansas if it was legal.
Yes.
Let me see if I can. I had a question in my head. What prompted, even though your marriage was not is not legally recognized in Arkansas, what prompted you to still go ahead and go to Massachusetts to do it there, to actually get legally married there?
At the time, I really didn't think there was much hope for it ever becoming legal in Arkansas, and we wanted to be
Something
married.
We wanted
Yeah.
to do for our family, for our girls, and for us.
So we made a trip to
You
Massachusetts.
just wanted to be recognized somewhere.
Right. We wanted
Get that.
we
you
wanted
have a
that
document.
piece of paper, the legal document, and we were able to change our names on our Social Security card, and obviously federally we'll be able to file our taxes under our new name, but we just can't do that in the state of Arkansas.
We can't even get our driver's license changed, or that's another thing. that
Or
we're
go
gonna
apply for a passport because our driver's license and our Social Security cards have 2 different names.
What if there's anything that you can just, if you want to add something, or that you want to, if there's a personal comment or anything that you thought about that we haven't brought up to you.
We talked about the church. Church is really hard here.
Why don't you do that?
We, our faith is very important to us, and we struggled for a long time. We live in the Bible Belt, but it's really hard to find a church that accepts us in the Bible Belt.
We've finally done it.
Yeah, we attend St. Peter's Episcopal Church, and they have welcomed us with open arms. We have made some really good relationships there, and our family is grounded there, and we'll be there from here on out. We've really enjoyed being there with them.
They actually marched with us. We had the largest group in the Conway Gay Pride Parade this year was from St. Peter's Church, which I thought was pretty awesome.
How about you tell us about your daughters? Like, is your oldest involved in activities? Like, what is your daily routine like with that?
Our daughters keep us very busy. Jaylee's 12 in the 7th grade, and she dances. She's danced since she was 3, and she made company dance this year, so she spends
A lot of time.
4 hours a week at the studio. 5 hours. She spends a lot of hours at the studio, and then she dances in the garage here as well. And she's in all pre-AP classes in the 7th grade, so
we do
schoolwork.
a lot of homework.
And then, of course, the 2-year-old is your typical 2-year-old. She is rambunctious and full of personality.
She doesn't sit down. She's active. She's awake. She is active. She's not one of those that likes to sit and watch TV. She wants to be running around and playing, and so she keeps us very busy.
Yeah, between the two of them, we don't ever stop.
What is your daily routine with your kids? Do they go to school and daycare? Do one of you stay home?
Our schedules are actually flip-flopped. Sarah works at night and I work during the day, so we kind of have like a 30-minute debriefing when I get home from work as to what has happened with the kids during the day. I get up usually and take Jaylee to school, and then I go to work, and luckily we've been blessed enough to where Julian doesn't have to go to daycare. She gets to stay home with Sarah during the day, and then
That's been a blessing. I get off work at 3 a.m. and sleep for a few hours and get up when she gets up.
Yeah.
I am fortunate to be able to stay home with her during the day, but I've gotten a lot of gray hair from lack of sleep. But I keep her during the day and pick Jaylee up from school most days. And like she said, when she gets home around 4, we do a quick debriefing and I go to work.
That's what that is. That's somebody's face at first. I was like,
Jaylee.
Tell the dogs to hush.
How did you guys hear about the initiative?
I actually. Oh gosh.
it's okay. Can they stay up with you?
Take them outside.
They can stay up with
Stick
you.
with you.
Are you
That's
sure?
fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Come on, Spike. Alright, well, this is how it normally is.
Right.
That's why we sit on opposite ends, because come here. They take up the middle space.
So I'm gonna go ahead and ask you again
Okay.
how you heard about the initiative or the request for submissions.
I think I saw the couples campaign on Facebook actually, and just decided to send a submission in. I was really surprised that we got a phone call. We were having lunch one day with some friends, and I got a voicemail, and I was like, oh wow.
Did you like our Facebook page? Is that how you
I did.
Okay.
I did. I like the Facebook page, and I guess I don't know. I think I may have seen it on another friend's page, and then went to that page and liked it and did the submission.
I had no idea what she was signing us up for.
Yeah, I just
It wasn't
called
until
her.
after she got off the phone and told me that I knew we were.
Yeah, I told her that I had filled this couple's submission form out, and apparently I didn't know what I was doing either, because when I got the phone call and they, I think it was Trey that left the message, said that they wanted to come and shoot video, and she was like, video? What? This is like a commercial?
So do you feel like your story is an important story why would you decide to do this?
I think people need to know that we are just like everybody else. We go to work every day, we live paycheck to paycheck, we pay our bills, we pay taxes, we have kids that we have to take care of and run around town to all of their activities. People look at us and they see us based on their stereotypical image that they have in their head, and that's not who we are. We don't fit that image. We fit the same image as all of our heterosexual couples do. We're just two women.
I never thought of myself as being an activist, and I think that having the girls has made me more of an activist, just because I don't want us to have to go through the struggles that we're having to go through just to live our daily life. And I absolutely don't want our girls to have to do that if that were them sitting here. So hopefully our story can be told and someone else can see it, and people will realize that we're just like everybody else. We're just a family that loves each other.
Are you guys active in any organizations, or do you have do you consider the people you hang around to be supportive of you? I mean, as far as like, do you have very many like LGBT friends, or are they heterosexual couples, or?
A diverse group of friends, really. We don't have as big a group of LGBT friends and family here in Conway. The majority of our LGBT friends are Fayetteville, Northwest Arkansas, and Little Rock. Our best friends here in Conway are heterosexual, and we are pretty much just alike. They have kids, they're busy. We try to spend as much time as we can with them and with their families.
I have friends from work and their families. Most of them, they're heterosexual couples as well. We have like she said, a diverse group of friends, but they're spread out over the state. Most of our friends here in Conway are straight couples.
And so that's the majority of time spent is with them, just because we're here in Conway and we're so busy with daily lives that we don't have a lot of time to travel to Northwest Arkansas and spend time with our other friends.
All right, I want just kind of a closing statement from each of you, whatever you want to say, whether it be about the initiative, if it be about your family, it be about what you feel about for it. I just need kind of like a really brief summary, I guess. So if there's any one last thing that you wanted to say.
I think that this is important. The initiative is important because everyone deserves to love who they love, regardless of sex or gender. Our relationship is no different from anybody else's, and it's important that everybody else knows that.
Do you have anything?
I hope that whoever's watching this, commercial sees that we are just like everybody else, and
That's okay.
That's good. That's good.
That's good. That's perfect. Actually, you laughing at the end, that'll sum it up.
Yes, that's perfect.